Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to your early April 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Serena here. Perfect for Gemini. See how the Roman numeral 2 is the symbol for Gemini? And set 2 is a symbol of duality. And I confess, I don't know what if that is, maybe that is what, it's kind of embarrassing if that is what the symbol represents of Gemini is the 2. I'll be kind of embarrassed, but I don't know what's what. It would make sense, that's for sure. That's for damn sure. Oh my goodness. I guess we're going to have a love reading, folks. Oops. Oopsie daisy. I was saying that's a card of marriage and all of that good stuff. Okay. And I am picking a card from this Oracle deck. I might as well pick it now so I don't forget. Just want to shuffle these babies. All right. Which one am I going to get here? Oh my God. You probably, you won't believe me. You'll say, well, you did that off camera. I swear to God, I picked this without looking. I swear to God. I've only used this a few times, these cards all together. And I didn't know, I didn't pay attention if they had asteroids. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm kind of like blasé about it because I'm so used to these kinds of synchronicities. The heart of the matter is the Two of Pentacles. Now, if we were to do this as a love reading, we would say that you might be balancing two relationships. And certainly that could be something that some Gemini people would rather do than just devote themselves to one person, because there's, more opportunity for things to remain, less boring or predictable, whatever you want to call it, with the Two of Pentacles. And so the question is, like, are you, juggling? Because that person is a juggler. Are you juggling two relationships? Another thing could be that you are taking on another job. And that could be, or just like your life as a whole, it could be anything where you are trying to do two things at the same time. You might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed because you feel like you have to kind of stretch yourself, and you might feel like, hey, I'm stretching myself too thin, or it's just like too much on my plate. In the past position, we have the Emperor. So this can be either somebody outside of yourself, like this is the father figure or the authority figure, or an inner authority. So getting your shit together, getting your life in order and having to kick your own butt about it. Like, hey, you know what? You don't need to just get a job. You need to get two jobs. Or you need to go back to school and get a job at the same time. And it's like you're kind of, if it is you, Gemini, you're kind of like, I was going to say you're giving yourself a hard time, but I don't want to make it seem like that because it's not something that I perceive as negative. It's like making yourself do the hard things because you know that it's going to give you what you want. And so you might be feeling this sense of like, oh my gosh, I really need to do certain things for myself. But it's like sometimes if you don't have that outer authority figure, it can be very hard to do it for yourself. I think especially if you grew up with an authoritarian type of parent, or, a very overbearing parent, because it's so commonplace to want to rebel against that, to kind of push back against that, because it's something that doesn't feel good. And so what happens sometimes is that people become adults and they become slackers. You know what I mean? So I never saw that movie. I think I should see that sometime. Um, and they just kind of like let everything go to pot. And instead of like, um, I heard this, instead of like, having some kind of self-discipline, I heard this saying, I think it was I think I read it in some book where it said, you're so against somebody telling you what to do that you won't even tell yourself what to do. And I thought that was perfect. The higher message is Knight of Swords. I think I just read that this is associated with Gemini. So that would be perfect. But the thing is about the Knight of Swords is it could be that change is happening at the moment. So you're kind of on the winds of change. And so being that this is the case, you may have to temporarily accept that there is a lot of stuff happening in order to allow it to happen. So if you feel like life is kind of hectic, this too shall pass, and you just have to kind of go with what is happening in the moment, knowing that eventually things will calm down. What crosses you is the Three of Swords. So these two cards, there could be like, I don't know if this would be on your end. I'm trying to think about the Emperor. Okay. I feel like what this is saying is that either you have gotten into a situation that's like a three-party love situation, thinking you could handle it. And maybe when I say three-party, it might be that you are juggling two relationships. And I'm not going to speculate whether you're being deceptive. But if you are, that could be problematic. That is problematic because that's, is that living in integrity? It has nothing to do with, a particular religion or just trying to be moralistic. It's like, is this the right thing to do? So if you're the one who is juggling two relationships and you may not be telling the other person that you're seeing both of them, that could be creating problems for you that you're not even aware of. But also, if you're on the receiving end of this, so if you are, in one way that you could be on the receiving end of this is if you're involved with a married person, somebody who is in a serious relationship. The Three of Swords could be that you feel that, you're afraid of being rejected. And sometimes this is why people get involved in these relationships in the first place, is that either they're afraid of intimacy and they get involved with somebody who can't devote much time to them personally, or they are maybe feeling unworthy of having somebody devote all their attention to them. And, it doesn't matter that you are a Gemini, you're still somebody who has feelings. And sometimes, all air signs can get out of touch with their feelings because they are coming from a mental space. So even when you are experiencing emotional issues in your life, if you're coming from a mental perspective, it can be easy to kind of dismiss it and act like it's not that big of a deal when it is. And it's really about not playing with your heart. And I'm saying you playing with your heart. You underestimating your sensitivity, because some of you as Geminis may have the moon. It could be in any water sign that would be sensitive. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You could have Venus in Cancer, and you're just like a lot more sensitive than you think you are, and you have to honor that part of yourself. You can't like cut it off because it doesn't go along with what you would like it to. And when you try to act in ways that make it seem like, you can handle these type of relationships, you can find out very easily or quickly that it simply is not the case, that you are suffering from not having what you want, and it's taking its toll on you. What's coming in is the Two of Cups, reunited, and it feels so good. Oh, and by the way, there is going to be a Mercury retrograde towards on the 21st. So I'll be doing another reading during then, I'm sure. But that Mercury is your ruler, Gemini, and also at any Mercury retrograde, you may hear from a past relationship or person, not just during a Venus retrograde, during a Mercury retrograde. So this could be that, this could be a card of commitment. So sometimes with Gemini, it could be that the reason that the person isn't kind of like committing to one person is that they're not sure, that they're indecisive about it. And something may make you realize that you are ready to commit. The outcome is the Four of Wands. This is the happy home. This is a situation where for some of you, it may be a new situation where you have been dreading the home environment because you're not with the right person. The person you're with is not compatible with you. And now, if you are with the person that you really want to be, then it makes a lot more sense. And then I picked a card from the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck, and I got Juno, which is partnership. So it doesn't get much better than that. And I have started doing an astrological series on Juno. So I've done, I have only started that. And Juno is an asteroid that connects with what you're looking for in a partner. And so when we talk about, it's really about respecting partnership. Okay. So the reason that people like Geminis or signs like Gemini have issues with commitment sometimes is because of what they tell themselves that it means. So it could be that for some Geminis, they feel that if they get involved with someone, that they're going to sign away their independence, and they're not going to have their own life. They're going to have to be joined at the hip with their partner. Well, that's on you. You get to create the relationship that works for you. One of the themes of Juno is fairness or balance, kind of like the sign of Libra. And Libra rules the house of partnership, the 7th house. So with the Four of Wands, being about home and joy, Juno is about finding that person who is right for you. And really, but even when that person is right for you, you have to make the relationship work. You can't just sit back and take it for granted. And so with the Two of Cups, it can be making that commitment to being committed. So making that commitment to valuing commitment, cherishing it, and being supportive of it. And then seeing how much your relationship can progress. Okay, that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.